All right, y'all, welcome aboard. It is time for round 11 of this Reddit League challenge that we've got in the Xbox division here. We get to head off to our home race for both myself and the team, the Haas team. So we're headed off to Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas now. We should have okay pace. We've been doing a fair bit of practicing here, but a lot of the time in your lap time to really get a good lap time, you got to be right on the edge of a lot of the track limits. So invalidations and track limits warnings are gonna come into play here. A lot of the testing, we should be able to make a one-stopper work strategy-wise, but this track absolutely eats the soft tires, and most of the tires, it tears them up not because of surface degradation, not because of sliding, but because of overheating. There's so many really long, prolonged corners at high speed that really put a lot of temperature into the front tires, especially the S's in Sector 1 and then that long triple right-hander towards the tail end. But first, oh my goodness, it is a full wet qualifying. Race is dry though. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Have not prepared for that. So what we're gonna do, we're going to throw in a couple extra laps of fuel, and we're going to make some adjustments.
Heavy rain will pass in 5 minutes
to
and will
the
be
setup.
replaced by light rain conditions.
Okay, so heavy rain first, then some light rain. Lowering the front tire pressure should be able to give us a little bit of extra help on getting the temperatures down, but ooh, this could shake it up. This could really shake it up. We have to be very careful on these laps here. Don't want to bin it and have to start from the back of the field. Just gonna have to try and put in some decent laps in this wet weather, but very, very interesting. Was not prepared for this to have happened. All right, well, let's see. See what kind of traction we've got. Definitely, ooh. Okay. Hello, throttle. S's are going to be proper tricky in these conditions, but luckily a dry race, so we'll be able to utilize what we've learned race pace-wise, but oh boy. This is fascinating, a wet qualifying session. I don't think really anybody is necessarily prepared for this. Alright, well, prepare for me to be fairly quiet for a little while as I have to concentrate on not wrecking the car. Whew. Was not prepared for this to happen. I mean, the funny thing is there, at least as I checked like 2 days ago, there's actually a thunderstorm forecast in Austin today. So it could be that art imitates life, and we got ourselves a wet qualifying. But we're just gonna go ahead and go for it and see what happens here. But oh boy. Okay, coming down the hill is a little bit sketchy. The yellow flag's cleared out in front of us. I have done literally zero wet weather practicing around this track so far. You know, I think I might learn something from that, but We are also qualifying now on a dry setup because we want the race, we want the pace in the race. We want that dry setup in the race. Okay, looks like we can get the power down now. Yellow flags ahead. Probably brake a teeny bit later than that. Woo! Well, back end kind of got away from us there. The rain is also supposed to be lightening up over the course of this session, so we'll see the times kind of come around. Alright, let's see if we can't improve. This will probably be the last lap we'll be able to run on this fuel load. Try and get the car moving quick enough to generate some downforce. But boy, is it a tricky one. Okay, this little downhill kink. Have to be careful there. Okay. We'll go a teeny bit later on the brakes there, but
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
alright. See if we can have a better final sector here. Go right about here. Still a little early, even with the lockup. I still have some significant ground I can make up. Sorry. I'm like stopping midway through sentences constantly because I'm really trying to focus on just balancing this car right on the very edge of the grip it'll give me. At least on throttle, I kind of have to like learn my braking points, but still P10 there. I'll turn everything down. We're going to go back into the pit lane. The track is definitely drying up a bit. It's going to get a little quicker as we go. Gotta be careful on the down engine braking torque that normally helps get you slowed down in the dry. Can really unhook the tail end in these kind of wet conditions. But oh boy, is this scary. Woo. You have to find some time. Definitely got to find some time here. Can't worry about those early phase lockups. They're gonna happen.
You're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm terrified. I'm genuinely terrified. Flip side, this is going to allow us free choice of tire in the race, so that'll be fun. All right, let's pull in Let's get the tires changed. Man, wet qualifying. Scary, scary. So far, pretty much bottom of the table. We'll take a peek at the timing charts, but fuel it for an extra, I think we needed about another lap or so worth of fuel to go for another, so we'll get that pumped in there. But yeah, rain is definitely lightening up a bit.
Think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
So we'll go to 6.5 laps worth of fuel. So you got to get into the 48s. Yeah, right now we're in the 52s. Well, let's get back out on track and see what we can do. See where we can push. At this point, we just got to kind of go full send and see if we can't keep the car driving on track properly. But done literally no practice for this for a wet session. Okay, can get a little bit more aggressively on the throttle here. Line is definitely starting to dry up a fair bit more. I got a little bit of short shifting from here and there. Okay. Let's drop back a little bit from Chuck here. I believe that's Chuck. It's one of the Renaults. Might be Racer 04. Can't tell from where I'm at. We'll give him a little bit of a breathing space before we get on our flying laps. Alright, let's get everything turned up. And let's go for it. Ooh, back end trying to get away from us there. It's going to cost us a little bit of time in the initial phase. A little wide. Normally, easy flat out down that hill. Obviously, wet tracks are precarious. Come on, grip, grip. Find the grip. Find it, find it, find it. Like you've got an egg underneath your left or right foot. So afraid. Alright, we're up on a good delta here. See if we can have a good final sector. We'll go a little bit later this time. Back end almost wanted to swap with the front there, but just barely managed to catch it. But ooh, we've gone a little wide through there. This is definitely going to, I'd say, mix up the grid because. All right, we're up P10 now. See if we can improve again. Sure, sideways is the way to go through that corner. Try and recharge some of the batteries here. Little peak of sunlight there. Yeah, it's going to invalidate that lap, but don't care. Wasn't really going for time on that lap. Probably get one more flying lap after this one.
It looks like we'll be running on the dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
Somebody's had a little bit of an off-track adventure. All the good I was doing there for a second. Washed away. Might be able to improve though. Oh no. Well, that's going to be the end of our qualifying there. Unfortunately, just a little too greedy on the throttle.
You've taken some minor damage.
That is a tough situation to be qualifying in the wet like this. Not easy at all. Really, really surprising to see it. But, well, now we get a new front wing put on. You want to pick me up and put me in the garage? We'll just go ahead and wait here. But, oof, what a mess. Luckily, a dry race incoming. Luckily, a dry race. So normally, we'd be qualifying on the soft tire, and we'd have to take that worn soft into the race, but we should be able to start on the a fresh set of soft tires, maybe go a lap or two longer on them, try and get some good early lap times in, because I think starting on the medium is going to be a mistake, but we should be able to go for the medium at the end. But man, scary. Was not prepared for a wet qual. Oh, Povey has put it in the wall. Oh, Voki with the DSQ. But here we go. Everybody's going to have tire choice, so we'll see what the strategies look like when we get into the race situation. Do we lose somebody? Yeah, it looks like Felix was unable to settle lap time. A lot of guys close on the 47s, and Marco Denelson was putting in a lot of time in the lead up. He really made it kind of his goal to get a pole position, and he absolutely has the pace in the dry, but he just wasn't quite ready for the wet, and it really became an improvisation. And I think we probably could have gone into the 48s with another lap, but I just kind of binned it into the wall. Just a little too overeager on the throttle in that final little run through. But all right. Only 13 drivers today. Championship winner, QX Nemesis, not here today. Runner-up, Boomtech is out. We got a few guys out today. My teammate is also out this week, so we are running on a little bit of a thinner bit of a grid here. But hopefully, regardless, we can show some pace, make some tires last, and have a good result coming in. But session is just about over at this stage. Take a peek at a couple of the guys' times so I can sort them out in the telemetry later. And head off to the dry race itself. So thank God, because that's literally zero practice in wet races on this track. So would have been very, very scary. First things first, rapidly pull all this fuel out of the car because we don't need all this fuel in the car. And we're going to go ahead, select this strategy. We're going to probably pit on lap 9, I think is what I'm going to go with. Because I just want to try and get the undercut, get off the tires quickly. Because the softs are not a great race tire, unfortunately. But we do have the new compound to work with. We'll get out on the formation lap. We'll get everything up to temperature.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
Turn 1 is always interesting on this track here. You've got an entry that's about 5 cars wide and an exit that's about 2 cars wide. So people definitely need to get sorted out. Flicking through these S's the first time before your tires are properly heated, plus the heavy fuel loads, is pretty scary. So we're going to be kind of just taking it easy around the track. Our goal is to keep these front tires in their operational window properly.
No rain currently expected.
We are a sandwich between the two Renaults. We got Chuck in front, Racer 04 behind. Gonna have to keep an eye out for Racer 04. He was very elbows out in the last race at Monza, and sent us off the track in a couple of corners. Looks like K3M is getting reconnected. That's good. Got dropped at the end of qualifying, but should have the tires all good and up to temperature now. And you know, we're home, so we'll see what we can do. Plenty of overtaking opportunities around this track. Really the only necessarily single file area is Sector 1. You don't really want to be going side by side through the S's. If you've got a tire advantage, that triple right-hander we just drove through, you can actually kind of hang it out around the outside and carry some speed. So it definitely has the opportunity for being an overtaking spot in a couple of DRS zones and some big, heavy braking zones. But we are starting on the inside line, so we're going to have to just keep an eye out for people kind of shutting the door when it comes to the start of the race here. They can swing wide and kind of dive in. But
as soon as the grid is formed, be ready with the clutch.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, come on.
front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Okay, we're through that mess. So you know what? We'll see how the front wing does on these first couple of laps. Felix is a little slow out of there. P10 at the moment. We got Nick right behind us. He's going to have slipstream on us. Car feels okay.
We're very low on fuel. Tried to shift up through the gears earlier. It may help save more fuel.
This is really where we're going to find out if that front wing is going to survive or not. Seems okay. A little disappointing at the start to make a little mistake like that, but now we get to start the fuel save strategy. Ooh. Mistakes all around.
Green flag.
Glad to see we're not the only one making some mistakes here and there. Okay, how bad's the wing now? I don't know that we took any extra damage on it. It's not great through that.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
Okay, Nick's gonna go up the inside of it. Can definitely feel that front wing damage. K3M is off on the inside there. All kinds of messes we're having to avoid already this race. Now, one thing that's happened to me quite a bit in practice is I've had pretty dreadful pace on the hard tires, so I want to, even though I want to get this front wing changed, I definitely want to at least go far enough to be able to get onto the medium tire and be able to take it to the end. We're going to be under attack from Voki here. The way the last few races have been going, I just need to score in the points here.
Data shows the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least.
Okay, got a little bit of DRS work, but yeah, we should be on these tires lapping in the 38, mid-low 38s. So that front wing damage is definitely costing us some lap time for sure. Racer 4 is being a little bit of a cork in the bottle on us right now. See if we can't at least close this group up.
We're very low on fuel. Tried to shift up through the gears earlier. It may help save more fuel.
Don't worry, Jeff. I know what I'm doing. To front wing or not to front wing? That is the question. I'm thinking yes on front wing. Give him space on the inside there. Dude, I'm alongside you. Don't just pay attention to the racing line.
Gap ahead is 1.6 seconds.
A little too early on the brake zone there. Fuel's starting to burn off a little bit. Car's going to get a little bit better, more responsive. It definitely needs some front end help though. We should have cleared the 1 second to Racer 04. Make sure that's on yes. Definitely want a new front wing this time. See how tire temperatures are fine. Save some ERS this time around. Yeah, I'm losing like probably a good half a second every time I drive through that corner from the front wing missing.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Okay. That front end got all kinds of wild on me that time through. Should be able to control that front end a little better.
Okay,
You know what, we can make it. I've done it, I can get the softs there. Or I mean, I can get the mediums to the end. We're gonna box this lap.
Gap to car in front is 4.2 seconds.
Yeah, we should be, at this stage, we should have had a best lap in the low 38s. And that just tells me that that front wing is costing us over a second a lap. So it's going to be absolutely worth it to come get a new front wing this time by. Now it's just going to be a matter of running these medium tires to the end safely.
Go now.
Okay, Golly's going to the end on those hards, so we're straight up racing him and K3M.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
Oh, that's what you think, Jeff. I'm taking these bad boys to the end. I can already see just how much more turn in I've got now with that front wing repaired. So now let's see, just gotta start chasing down the cars in front of us. Okay, so 3.5. It's the first target to look at. Back in a little wild on the downshift there, okay. That was different. Can't say I've experienced those ones before. Okay, we'll be able to clear Felix, who is on the soft tire, so he's definitely got another stop.
Okay, we're low on fuel. Try shifting up the gears a little sooner. This should help us save some fuel. ahead is 3.7 seconds.
One of the other reasons that I like to run this lower fuel build setup is because it's easier on the tires, so I can stretch a faster tire a little bit longer. Probably gonna have to fight with Felix a little bit if he's able to keep good pace on those softs, because we are absolutely managing our pace right now. But he's got another pit stop to go. See how we at? 3.8. Okay, we're closing. So all the ways to go. 17 laps left in this race. Getting a lot of rear locking on downshift, and that's costing us big in lap time. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful about that. So you lost us about 0.2 there through the first sector. And I'd say it's entirely down to that first corner because we had a pretty solid run through the S's themselves. Unfortunately that we had to take that extra few seconds of time in that pit stop, but it's a bummer when the person in front of you doesn't quite get away from the line. .35. Made up a lot of lap time in the middle sector there.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.1 seconds.
3.1. Catching him by about 3/4 a lap. But at this point, we are in the points. We just need to make sure that nobody's going to come overtake us. We don't have any silly mistakes anymore. God, that rear locking is just driving me crazy. It cost me 2-3 every time. So like what I'm gaining each lap gets thrown away if I have one of those moments. Yeah, you see we went from a green sector to being almost 0.7 down on the lap. We have to spend some time in dirty air for sure. Yeah, still 3.1. Wasn't able to make any ground that time. Lost 0.8 that lap. We are going to have to set up K3M by following closely through these S's to make that pass stick. Ooh. 2.7 now.
The team want you to shift up through the gears earlier. They think it'll save fuel.
Making some ground on him. He's a little slow on the exit there. We're going to be able to make up some time. We're going to go ahead and turn up the engine a little bit. Okay. And we're going to get into fuel save mode here. Almost turned in a fraction early there into turn 11. Quite happy to stay in the low 38s here. While the guys are setting their 36s after a pretty big mishap at the start that took us out of position.
Is at target -1. Let's turn the engine down, please.
2.5 now.
Okay, clear.
Somebody had a spin. Looks like might be a Williams. Oh, proper front wing, how I do love thee. Gonna save electrical this time. Amazing, even with the reduced boost from the electrical electrical motor, I'm still getting some significant wheel spin out of some of these corners.
You're lapping around a second
All right.
faster than the car ahead. Keep this up.
Managing to keep Felix behind us, who's on a much faster tire. Performance-wise, that soft tire is supposed to be about 1.2 seconds a lap faster. Ooh, that's than the medium. So that's kind of where we're at with it. But to be able to be holding him off right now is not a bad situation for us. And his tires should start to fall off before he needs to make his other pit stop as well. Lost a bit of time, so we're about 2 seconds back of K3 now.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.
12 laps left to go here. Okay, this is our opportunity. And use all of it.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Made the apex there. Oop, a little wide. Okay. Let's see if we can use this clean air. Get outside of the 1 second margin.
Window. You'll be on the softs.
I'm not coming in. Not gonna happen. Okay, with only 10 laps left to go though.
Fuel. Try to shift up through the gears earlier. It may help save more fuel.
There you go, full on fuel save here now. Basically all of sector 1 is in lean mixture, and then basically most of the tail end, the infield section. He's inside a second. We're going to go ahead and use this overtake mode. Okay. The curb will turn the engine down.
Gap to car in front is 2.0 seconds.
Nose didn't quite bite in there. If I can't clear that 1 second mark, K3M's going to be a thorn in my side for a while here. Can we chase down Habs fan Nico these last 10 laps? He is the thorn in my side, the master of the dark arts. Since the very first race of the season where we collided and had a double DNF together. And to every, he seems to be just right there, right behind me, and is the one who benefits from it.
Boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
No, I'm not, Jeff. Not boxing. The other thing I have to worry about, not worry about, pay attention to, is that K3M on those hard tires, those are going to last longer than these softs are, or mediums, sorry. So he will start to claw back some lap time from me. Okay, we're in DRS, but we're a little far back to be making an attack here. So I'm going to use this opportunity to turn the engine down early, save some fuel using his DRS.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Pitch it in. K3M still right about that 1 second mark. Ooh. Back end got way away from us there. That is not good.
Gap is less than a second. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 38.5. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
Good. That's what I wanted to know. Good to know that he's got that 3-second time penalty behind me, or 6 seconds, sorry. Because basically, as long as I can keep it clean, shouldn't be able to steal that position off of me. I'm definitely starting to lose these medium tires a little bit. I have to do some electrical recharging here. I've taken these laps 20 laps before, or these tires 20 laps before in a practice race. And I'm not pushing them that hard right now. Get an initial burst in there. Still within a second.
Reduce ERS deployment.
Wanted to go fuel mix low, ERS low, but I missed the downstroke, so we'll just go ahead and go ERS 0 through that section, try and save some of it.
The grip levels to start falling away soon. The gap to the car ahead is 4.5 seconds.
Oh, that's not good.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
It's a big mistake. Drove way deep on that corner. But all I have to do at this stage is hold him up so he doesn't get 3 seconds up the road from me. I've got 3 seconds of penalties, he has 6, so even if he overtakes me, a lot of fuel managing this race. A lot of it. But it's what enables this strategy to work. If I was running in higher fuel modes, there's no way I'd be able to keep this pace up or keep these tires alive.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.9 seconds.
As you can see, we're not far off of running personal best. I mean, 0.1 of a second in the first sector, or 0.01 of a second from our best lap in the first sector. Ooh, he's a little closer this time. I don't think he's quite going to have it. Not yet. Okay, gotta save some fuel this time by. Okay, we're green on our lap target now. Just a little bit longer to go, boys.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment. Okay, you're dropping a few tenths per lap to the car ahead. They're edging away.
That's fine. My race is with the man behind me right now. Okay, I shouldn't have to do any more fuel save the rest of the race. That should get me to the end. I'll fight back with energy and fuel modes. Okay.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
I doubt we'll be able to hold him behind for too much longer. How tires in the 50s? Yep. It's pretty much how they. Okay. Just a little bit of fuel left. Spend it all, baby. Spend it all.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Here we go, crossing the line, P8. Tire whispering our way all the way there. Oh man. Whew. that was a fight and a half to try and get to the end of that race. Those tires were pretty toast. Those tires were not in great shape by the end of that race. But I will freaking take it. Oh boy. Marco Denelson picking up the win. MJ Povey on the podium. Onslaught, a great result. P4 for him. Stellar result for him. Racer 04 way off the pace there. I'm assuming quite a bit of track limits penalties. Yeah, you see him just keep kind of dropping down. Not quite able to catch Gali. 4 seconds back of him, but at this point, I will take it. I will take it. We've had a run of a few rough races. We were fairly off the pace, and having to take that early pit stop to get the front wing damage, I think we would have covered that 4-second gap to Gali Mooms there if we hadn't had that wing damage, because we were losing a good second a lap for those 8 laps, and then plus another 6 seconds or so extra in that pit stop. But a good result for us. I will take the points here today. Not exactly a stacked, super strong field, but after the mixed up wet qualifying session that really put us on the back foot, and then getting in the back, or not even getting in the back, getting into the wall while trying to avoid getting into the back of somebody on the start. We just got too good of a launch, unfortunately, and that's put us down. But let's take a look at the final results, see how many penalties people picked up. Flick through. So Gali picked up no penalties. Nick behind us, no penalties. He jumps K3M. But we'll grab some of the lap times for these guys, just so when I go to sort out my telemetry data, I want to see how people did. 37 is good lap times for Povey on those mediums. And then I just want to grab the people that have teammates, because I can't complain. The telemetry program I use, it is free. But when you are playing an online session, it just sorts into player team names. So like the 2 Renaults, player Renault will be for Chuck and Racer 04. Ooh, quick scroll to the bottom. Got it. All right, I got all of them. But a good result for us. Cannot complain. Cannot complain about that race. That was quite a toughie. But I'll get it all edited up for you guys, and we've got just one race left to go in this season. The announcements for next season's races should be coming up fairly soon for season 2. But we've only got Brazil left on the calendar, but we brought home points for the home team Haas here and myself. I'm glad to really kind of run a mostly mistake-free race. It's just kind of a bummer to get into the wall right at the beginning. But thank you all for joining me and tuning in. I will check you all next time. Peace.